I didn't see you there. Hey vape fans! Welcome to the first video in the Mount Baker Vapor video tutorial series. My name's Michael. Today we're going to be going over Cartomizers. So we're going to show you these four types of Cartomizers we have here, all which we carry on the site, how to fill them, how they're used, and on what devices they'll fit. The first one we have here is the SmokTech Mega Dual Coil Cartomizer. Second, we have an extra large flanged Cartomizer. And these two here, although they look pretty much the same, the one thing that makes them different is one is a pre-punched and one is unpunched. These are both standard length Boge Cartomizers. The flange also comes in a non-punched version, although today we'll be showing you the punched version. The Cartomizer is just an atomized cartridge. So it's a silver cylinder. On the inside we have a polyfill that's wrapped around a pre-made coil. Although all four of these Cartomizers look vastly different, they all operate on the same principle. So first we'll go over the SmokTech Mega Dual Coil Cartomizer. This is a larger Cartomizer, as you can see, and it's actually designed to sit flush with an Ego battery. As you can see, it looks very slick on one. So first you're going to need to fill this. So as you can see inside there, there's that polyfill surrounding the coil that I talked about earlier. So what you're going to want to do to fill this is get your bottle. What I have here is a bottle of Coumarin pipe tobacco. It's a good flavor. If you haven't tried it, I recommend you do. You're going to put on a blunt needle tip. So then you're just going to put the bottle into the polyfill and start filling. You're going to have to do it little by little as it soaks into the polyfill. As you can see, it's starting to soak in there. Since it's such a large Cartomizer, it's going to take a good amount of juice. So you're going to continue doing this until the polyfill is completely saturated. What you're going to want to do is add juice, let it soak in, and then continue to do that. As you can see, it takes quite a bit of juice to get this completely full. Now that you have your Mega Dual Coil Cartomizer filled, you're ready to take a vape. You're just going to thread it onto any 510 and Ego threaded device. And take a vape. It's great for any beginner, anyone who's been vaping for a while. It's just really easy to use. Alright, so the next three Cartomizers are all going to be very similar. We'll start with this one. The big difference here is that we have an extra large size, so it's a bit taller than the other two. It also has this flange on it. This is here for Cartomizer tanks that use a locking mechanism to keep your Cartomizer in place. This Cartomizer also has a pre-punched hole in it. That way when you put it in the tank, it automatically draws in the liquid so you don't get dry hits. The second one up here is also a pre-punched, but it's a standard length and has no flange. This can also be used in Carto tanks, but generally not locking Carto tanks. The third is a standard length unpunched Cartomizer. It can be used in a tank, however, you're going to need to punch your own holes. It can also be vaped without a tank, just fasten it into your 510 connection. Much like the Mega Dual Coil. All three of these Cartomizers can be filled the same way. When you get your Cartomizer, it's actually going to come with these two rubber pieces on the end. We call them condoms. So this is how it's going to look when you receive it. So what we do is we're going to take this large rubber piece and we're going to dispose of it. The small one is going to be used for your condom fill. What you're going to want to do first is remove the small white silicone piece from the mouth of the Cartomizer. Now all you need to do is take your bottle of juice and fill up the small condom about 3/4 of the way full. You're then going to take your Cartomizer and put your finger over any holes. This is the unpunched Carto, so it only has the hole on the top. If you were filling a pre-punched Cartomizer, you'd want to put your finger on either hole as well as the top. So now you take your Cartomizer, remembering to plug the holes, and you just insert it into the condom. When you push it down, it's going to feed the liquid into the polyfill. I give it a few moments to drain in there, and I also give it a couple pushes here just to make sure that it's feeding down. When you remove the Cartomizer, there may still be a small amount of liquid left in the small condom, but you don't need to worry about that. As you can see, the polyfill inside the Cartomizer is now saturated. What I like to do is take a paper towel and just blow the Cartomizer into it to make sure that there's none in that center. Now you can either put a 510 drip tip in here, or you can just put the silicone piece back in. That's if you're using it as a standalone piece, or you can insert it into a tank. With your standard Carto filled, you're ready to vape. Also has a good flavor and good vapor production. As you saw, it's very simple to use. Right now I'm using it on a VTR. It actually looks really good on a 510 style battery or an Ego battery, and performs just as well. As I said before, you can also put these Cartomizers in a tank. Here I have a Surik tank, which we'll have on our website soon, with a punched Cartomizer in it. This is standard length. And as I showed you before, you can just put a regular 510 drip tip in it. This is my preferred vape. I like the ease of carrying around a tank without having to rebuild. That's my personal opinion. And if you're looking for something that performs well and is easy to use, this is the route I would recommend. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. We'll be happy to answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative, and we'll see you next time.